Second on Oklahoma City's all-time scoring list, but he might be in trouble tonight against a surprise Brooklyn Nets defender with Odell Beckham Jr. commenting on Westbrook's Instagram. Stop it. Do I need to come to this game Wednesday to lock you up or nah?
Odell's a hell of an athlete. Oh, sorry.
Hold on, there's more. Russ responding, please do, LOL. Somebody got to do something. Someone's got to do something.
I don't think OBJ would have much success against
That's a great picture. I was like, I just did the Brooklyn game. Who has blonde hair for that? And I turned back and I said, oh, see, that's quality graphics people here.
So right now, Russ is third on OKC's scoring list. Kevin Durant's second.
Who's one?
That's why do you know who one is? It's Gary Payton.
No, but I thought all the banners and all the stuff stayed.
But the record, the banners might have, but the records went with OKC.
Yeah,
so Gary Payton's number one on the list. It's a little trick.
It's a little confusing because I thought when they moved, they left the banners, they left the names, they left everything.
But they didn't leave the records. The records went with them. That's why Durant said.
So we can all just agree to disagree. We'll all be winners in this.
Well, one's a
There's
fact.
only one winner.
They have a membership available in his word club because you awful nerdy, bro.
I'm not in a word club, RJ, but any club I'm in, you're already in.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
RJ,
yes.
let's talk KD. You played against him for years. Many rumors swirling on what KD will do after this season. According to reports, he's likely consider the Knicks in free agency, a move that would send New Yorkers into a gleeful tailspin. There are many things that reportedly appeal to KD back in New York City, most notably no Draymond Green. Richard, would Kevin Durant be a good fit with the Knicks?
He'd be a good fit anywhere, and I think everyone knows that because he is the second best player on the planet. Very, very close to being the best player on the planet. I think in the next 2 or 3 years, as Bron starts to slow down and Bron moves down to number 2, if KD stays healthy, he goes up to number 1. But I'll take you back to Paul George. Paul George didn't even take a meeting with the Lakers. You know, you want to talk about Magic Johnson and free agency? We knew LeBron was going to go there because that's where he wanted to be. Paul George wouldn't even take a meeting. So we can say that KD could stay in Golden State. He could stay in Golden State and just say, look, until I get 4 or 5 championships, I'm not going anywhere. I can deal with I can deal with Draymond. I dealt with Russ. I can deal with conflict.
He also theoretically could tell him this summer, I'll stay if you move Draymond.
He could say that. I wouldn't go that far because we don't know. But at the end of the day, Draymond is an important
piece. If he signs with Golden State, it's going to speak for itself because they can't sign Draymond to a max.
Well, they can, but no, they still can because they have his bird rights. But it would cost them so much in luxury tax.
They should.
They likely would.
They're going to a new building. They're going to a new arena. They want to pay that because Draymond is important. The thing is just harnessing his energy and keeping it where they can control it. But I think the Knicks fans should be excited that people are looking at them. That I think what Fizdale is doing. I think some of the young players that they have on their team, Porzingis, Knox, I think this puts them in a position to be like, okay, they are interesting, but understand there's a lot of layers before you ever get to that spot.
Well, and listen, for Kevin Durant, the question would be like, the only reason to leave Golden State would be the legacy play. And then the question is, what is better for the legacy? Like you're saying, win 4 or 5 in Golden State and just try to rip off nobody's won 4 straight championships since Russell's Celtics. See if you can do that, or to try to win one on your own, because I'm of the belief all championships are not created equal. I think the one LeBron won in Cleveland with you was more valuable than the 2 he got in Miami. Now, maybe he doesn't get the one in Cleveland if he doesn't have the experience in Miami, but that's a separate discussion. And so for Kevin Durant, would it be, I want to win one where they haven't won since 1973, where they're considered this basketball mecca, but they haven't had the success to back that up. They've just had the city to back that up. That would be the argument for Oklahoma City. I don't understand the argument for the Lakers. Now, I get that the Lakers, they carved out just enough room with the Luol Deng buyout to fit in a max salary for Kevin Durant, like the exact amount of money they would need to sign him. So they'll have the opportunity. But if you leave Golden State, you think it's because you want the credit the Lakers are the one place he would go and
he
not
wouldn't get
the
credit.
credit. So I don't follow that logic other than just maybe loving the franchise, the history, the city of Los Angeles.
Well, there's a money play. There's a money play. There is understand that these guys all have brands, right? New York would be great for his brand. Golden State is great for his brand. LA is great for his brand. There's tons of money to be made in these markets when you're talking about selling shoes and marketing yourself, like for clothing and all these other things. So I think there's a lot of play. When you start talking about the legacy, I'm going to be really honest. In locker rooms, guys don't really talk about their legacy, right? You might think about it in the back of your head.
Like us,
yeah, exactly. Guys don't talk about their legacy.
And locker rooms don't work that way. Guys don't want to hear about you talking about yourself. Shut yourself up, man.
You're one of the great wide receivers, one of the great football players of all time.
I'm trying to win a game.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to win a game. Right? I'm trying to win games. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to win championships.
Sure,
that's all I'm trying to do.
Are we gonna sit here and act like, though, that Kevin Durant is like your typical NBA player? Because he's not.
He's more typical than you think. Sensitive. Very good,
a little
very
bit insecure.
sensitive, very insecure, and I'm talking about myself too. Like we all have those issues. Now, because he is heightened and because he is who he is, and there's probably more pressure and more attention on him, now we hang on every single word. But Bron's got some sensitive too.
Oh, no doubt.
All of these guys, I got some sensitive
aggressiveness in LeBron.
Yes.
I get, but the difference, there's a reason that Draymond fired at him what he fired at him, because Kevin Durant's been dangling this pending free agency in front of the Warriors for 2 years.
The reason why he said that's because he don't respect them,
right?
Because you don't say something like that unless you disrespect a person. Now, Draymond was one also who called him to get him there, but the level of disrespect it showed in those moments.
My point is, because he didn't respect him, he chose in that moment to pull from the thing he thought would be the most piercing, which was, we won without you, we don't need you, go ahead and leave.
Well, Draymond was really upset that KD was doing all this clapping and hitting the chair, and Draymond was like, "Yo, he's talking about me like I'm some bum. Like, look, I made a mistake. If you want to get on me in the locker room, but you're gonna show me out and make me act like I'm an idiot."
Him go there.
That's what made him go there. And then obviously some words, and it was then all all the gloves were off. But I think that's what pissed off Draymond so much. That's what upset him, is that. Now, does that mean it was right? By no means. Like, understand that, Draymond, you can make it seem like you guys are all equal parts in this equation, but you are not. Like, you are not equal parts in the first championship that they won. You weren't equal parts in the last championship. He is a very, very big piece, and if not, he's the most important piece, hence his 2 finals MVPs.
If you had to pick today where you think he'll end up, KD, next year, quickly.
I would say Golden State.
Really? All right, the Warriors take on the Cavs tonight, a Cleveland team that in no way resembles the one that beat Golden State in the 2016 finals. RJ, you might know a little something about that. In a recent article in The Athletic, players shared memories from the Warriors-Cavs rivalry, and when asked about the time the Cavs mocked the Warriors after coming back, being down 3-1 in the finals, Klay Thompson said this. Said that was funny. Look how that turned out. Bunch of bums. That was crazy. I forgot about that. Well, look at what pettiness gets you. Gets you 1-8 in the finals.
Idiots. I'm calling you an idiot.
I love him.
RJ.
I love Klay. Klay is one of my favorite. I had him as a teammate in my short stint in Golden State. He's great. Now, understand this. I didn't make any damn cookies, right? I didn't make no cookies. I didn't cook any cookies.
Wasn't part of that.
I wasn't part of that. I will say this.
You were at the party, though.
Oh, I had a great time at the party. Bron throws an amazing Halloween party. Bron, thank you for that. Appreciate that. I will say this. What he did by saying that, people forget that Steph Curry said, man, I really enjoyed Cleveland. I hope their locker room still smells like champagne.
Yes, they started it.
No, and it's not about who started it, but it's like, to me, that an actual quote, putting that out to the world, and this is after the first year. Now, this is after they won a championship with Kyrie knee injury, with Kevin Love out, and being down 2-1, and then he wants to come in and say that. Now, I'll say this. This is a different league. Had his dad said that in the 80s and 90s, there would have been a fight at some point in time. But now, because of the way this league is and the way everyone's protected,
the NBA players are soft.
Oh yeah, he can
I've been
shimmy.
telling this dude this for 2 years.
Oh no, 100%. I agree. He can shimmy in front of a bench. He can do all of that stuff now. If Steph would have said that, someone would have taken his head
Yeah, they
off.
would have closed
If Isaiah Thomas would have said this, Michael Jordan would have said this.
And it wasn't just saying that. It was during the finals, openly comparing themselves to the Showtime Lakers. Remember that? Like Clay said, oh, we beat the Showtime Lakers. You ain't even beat the Cavs yet. And you didn't beat the Cavs.
And it's okay. I don't mind this because it gives